The eyes of the Lord are everywhere, watching both the wicked and the good. Welcome, chosen ones. If you're here, know that you're meant to be. This message, this wisdom, isn't for everyone. Maybe you felt a divine tug on your spirit, compelling you to click. That sense of being watched, of existing under a higher gaze, is something you've likely felt before. Still, not everyone will understand what I'm about to share. This is strictly for the chosen ones. Others might not grasp it, but those who truly are chosen will feel their spirit stir and awaken as these words sink in. This verse reminds us of the ever-present watchfulness of the divine, yet it goes beyond the Lord's eyes alone. It's deeper, more cosmic. Have you ever felt like you were being observed, even when nobody's around? As if an unseen force tracks your every move, hovering in your space, constantly looking over your shoulder. This awareness isn't paranoia. It's a profound spiritual truth. Today, we'll break that truth down in a way that will forever change how you see your path. Before we continue, I ask 3 simple actions. Hit like, subscribe so we can reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. It's a sign to the universe that you're ready, and your energy will amplify the power of this message. Let's dive in. This is exclusively for the true chosen ones. Stick with me until the end. Your spirit will thank you for it. The reality of spiritual attention. That feeling of being watched is deeply ingrained in the lives of the chosen. You've likely carried it from childhood. Those instances when you felt invisible eyes upon you, a presence tailing your every move. It isn't just in your head, it's very real. As a chosen one, you shine so brightly that forces on all sides, both divine and dark, are drawn to your light. Chosen ones often possess a heightened spiritual awareness, enabling you to sense invisible energies in the world around you. It might manifest as a subtle impression, like a figure standing silently behind you, or a heaviness in your chest you can't explain. Make no mistake, this is no random occurrence. The spiritual realm is intensely interested in those marked by the divine. Consider Daniel's story from the Bible for a moment. He was a man of tremendous faith, constantly observed by the forces of heaven and by those who opposed God's work. His every action was scrutinized because he carried a divine purpose. Like Daniel, your light too is under a watchful eye from realms beyond the physical. Why would angels, or anyone else, take such interest in you? The answer is simple. You are a beacon of light in a landscape of shadows. Whenever you enter a space, your presence shifts the atmosphere, whether you sense it or not. Darkness can't remain where your energy radiates, and entities operating in unseen dimensions take note. Demons and malevolent forces, once unnoticed, are drawn to the brightness within you. They realize you're set apart, touched by the divine, carrying a profound destiny. People, too, pick up on this. Maybe you've noticed certain individuals who feel unsettled or strangely captivated by you, and it happens for reasons they can't fully explain. They're responding to the magnitude of your spiritual calling. Your energy demands recognition, whether it inspires admiration or discomfort. But don't forget, this vigilance isn't limited to the dark side. Angels, protectors, and spirit guides are also constantly present, safeguarding you and ensuring you stay aligned with your path. You are essential to the greater plan. So there are higher powers actively guiding your steps toward your destiny. With this privilege, however, comes the responsibility to stay mindful, to guard your heart, and to realize that this sense of being watched is integral to your spiritual evolution, the divine test. Here's the deeper truth. If you're constantly sensing that you're being watched, it's not just random spiritual activity. It's also a test. As a chosen one, you're often under spiritual observation because you're being prepared for something far greater. This isn't simply for your protection. It's also for your refinement. It's as though heaven itself is keeping a close eye on every aspect of your life, observing how you face challenges, handle worldly temptations, and carry yourself in those moments of uncertainty. Believe me, these watchful eyes are testing your resilience, your determination, and your faith. Every decision you make, every path you take, is carefully noted because your journey is meant to inspire others. You are far from ordinary. Your path is narrower and filled with trials designed to strengthen you, heighten your awareness, and align you with the divine plan. Think about the story of Job, whose faith was put to the test by both God and the enemy. He felt the intense pressure of constant scrutiny, not only from peers, but from forces beyond his understanding. Yet, through it all, he remained steadfast. Just like Job, you too are under observation, not to instill fear, but to refine your spirit and ready you for the remarkable future that awaits. How to handle being watched? Understand this key point. Being watched by both forces of light and darkness is not something to fear. It's a sign you're living in alignment with your calling. However, it's vital to stay aware of how you conduct yourself under this spiritual spotlight. To remain in harmony with the divine plan, even when the pressure feels intense, start by staying rooted in your faith. Practices like prayer, meditation, and other forms of spiritual discipline will keep your spirit strong and resilient against all forms of scrutiny. Next, exercise discernment. Not every presence around you has your best interests at heart. As a chosen one, you may encounter deceptive energies aiming to derail your spiritual progress. Recognize the difference between light and dark forces, and trust your instincts when something feels off. Lastly, maintain humility. Being chosen is an honor, but it doesn't imply perfection. It means you're constantly being refined. Your path is one of continuous growth, enlightenment, and transformation. Let your heart remain open to every lesson along the way, including the difficult ones. The forces of light and darkness, a constant tug of war. You've likely felt it, that sense of being pulled in multiple directions. On certain days, you're energized by clarity and purpose. On others, you experience a heavy, unexplainable burden. This is no accident. You exist at the crossroads of a spiritual tug of war between good and evil. The feeling of being watched is deeply intertwined with this struggle. The spiritual realm is in constant motion, with angels, guides, and divine energies continually working to protect and direct you toward your mission. At the same time, darker influences hope to see you stumble, cloud your vision, inject you with doubt, and steer you from your path. They monitor your every move, waiting for a moment of vulnerability to slip into your thoughts or disrupt your progress. Chosen one, let me be absolutely clear. You're under constant spiritual surveillance, not just by divine energies, but by forces working against you. The reason you feel so intensely observed is that your life holds deep spiritual significance. The forces of opposition know this, and they're always searching for ways to challenge you. Spiritual surveillance isn't inherently malevolent. In many cases, it's part of God's plan for your life. Your personal growth is closely monitored as you face trials and victories alike. Nothing is random when you're chosen. Every event in your life is part of a larger divine purpose. However, it's not just the heavenly realm that keeps watch. Dark forces also recognize the world-changing potential you carry. You've been marked by the divine, which makes you a target for those who want to extinguish your light. That's why you must stay alert. Not every gaze upon you is friendly. Some are simply waiting for you to slip up, looking to manipulate your thoughts and decisions. Evil is cunning. It observes, it bides its time, and it attacks at your weakest moments. Being chosen doesn't mean life gets easier. In fact, it often intensifies the struggle. You're a beacon of light, and wherever light shines, shadows attempt to overtake it. Darkness is drawn to you because it fears the potential you hold. This battle never ends. The stronger you grow spiritually, the more determined those opposing forces become. The enemy's agenda. Why you're a target. Have you ever wondered why you constantly find yourself under spiritual attack? It's because you pose a serious threat to the forces of darkness. Your inner light shakes the foundations of the spiritual realm, and the enemy is determined to suppress your potential before you fully embrace it. Once you understand your true purpose and activate your divine power, you won't just transform your own path. You'll influence every soul you touch. Your light has the ability to spark awakening, catalyze positive change, and dismantle the chains that keep others bound. Darkness can't afford to allow that. You aren't here simply to endure. You're here to initiate profound change. Your calling is more significant than any personal journey. You've been chosen to be a conduit for spiritual truth in a world hungry for enlightenment. That's exactly why the enemy focuses on you so intensely. The attacks you endure, the eerie sensation of being monitored, the spiritual heaviness you sometimes feel, those are deliberate tactics designed to wear you down, inject doubt, and make you question your value and your destiny. Fear and confusion are the enemy's weapons of choice. If it can make you waver in your belief, even briefly, it can derail your progress. But here's the reality. You are more powerful than you realize. The enemy may be watching, but it can't halt your forward movement unless you give it permission. You possess the strength to withstand these assaults. Hold on to your purpose and rise above every challenge thrown at you. The role of divine protection. Always remember, you're never on your own. Even if it seems overwhelming to realize that both light and dark forces are watching you, know that there's a ceaseless divine presence by your side. Angels, spirit guides, and ancestors are constantly with you, protecting you and ensuring you're not harmed by anything beyond your ability to handle. A sacred barrier surrounds you, one that darkness can't breach unless you open the door yourself. This is why staying consistent in your spiritual practices is so crucial. Prayer, meditation, and acts of faith keep you aligned with the divine source, securing you under the vigilant care of the Most High. Even in your toughest moments, when you feel the most exposed, it's vital to remember that light always overpowers darkness. Yes, the enemy may be watching, but it can't overtake you unless you let it. Your divine protectors are continually near, poised to intervene if necessary. So you're never truly alone in this fight. Psalm 91:11 declares, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." This isn't just a comforting thought. It's a profound spiritual truth. As a chosen one, you have divine guardians assigned to protect and guide you. They observe you closely, not to judge, but to ensure you complete your sacred mission. Here's the key, chosen one. You have to trust in that protection. You must believe in the might of the divine forces working in your favor. Fear, doubt, and worry weaken your spiritual defenses, making it easier for darker forces to gain influence. However, when you stand firm in faith, trusting that you're shielded, nothing can harm you, staying vigilant, your role in the spiritual battle. Being watched isn't just about what's happening to you, it's also about how you respond. You have an active role in this spiritual conflict. You're not just a bystander, you're a warrior in the spiritual realm, and your actions, mindset, and faith are your greatest weapons. Stay watchful, chosen one. Be aware of both the positive and negative forces at play, and keep your spiritual armor strong. Surround yourself with light. Maintain your connection to the divine through prayer, meditation, and service. Trust your intuition and pay attention to the signs around you. The spiritual world is always speaking to you, guiding you, and revealing deeper truths. When you sense that you're being watched, don't cower in fear. Stand confidently, knowing that you're noticed because you matter. You're observed because you're chosen for a greater purpose. This feeling of being watched isn't a burden. It confirms your importance in the divine plan. Your aura speaks louder than any words could. For your aura speaks louder than words. First, understand that your aura, your spiritual energy, carries more weight than anything you say or do. As a chosen one, your presence radiates so intensely that people can't help but notice. You might not even speak, yet others will sense something special about you, even if they can't pinpoint exactly what it is. Simply by being in a room, you shift the atmosphere. Some individuals will be drawn to you right away. They'll feel a sense of peace, comfort, or even inspiration in your presence. Often, these are people who are spiritually attuned themselves, even if they aren't fully aware of it. The reason they feel safe around you is because your light reaches a deep part of their soul. You become a reminder of something greater, something divine, something they too can strive for. This is one way the chosen ones serve as vessels of light in the world. However, not everyone will welcome your energy. Some people will find your presence unsettling on a level they can't explain. And this, chosen one, is a reality you must learn to accept. Not everyone will like you. Here's the hard truth. Not everyone is going to like you. Think about it. You've probably run into people who, without any clear reason, just seem to dislike you or avoid you. They might act cold, distant, or even hostile, and you haven't done a single thing to provoke them. You could walk into a room with nothing but good intentions, yet there are those who immediately feel uneasy or antagonistic toward you. Why does this happen? Because your light exposes their darkness? You haven't done anything wrong. It's simply that your presence shines a light on what they'd rather keep hidden. Whether it's old insecurities, unhealed trauma, or their own disconnect from the spiritual world, the energy that chosen ones carry acts like a mirror, reflecting back what others need to confront within themselves. And that can feel uncomfortable, especially to people who aren't ready to face their own shadows. The Bible touches on this in John 3:20. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light, for fear that their deeds will be exposed. This isn't saying these folks are inherently evil. It just means your light rattles their comfort zone. It forces them to acknowledge they're not living in alignment with who they really are, which can be unsettling in a world where so many remain spiritually asleep. Spiritual jealousy. Why some people are threatened by you. Let's talk about something many chosen ones experience but don't always understand. Spiritual jealousy. Yes, chosen one, there are people who will feel envious of your light, your gifts, and your spiritual strength. They might not even realize why they feel that way, but on a deeper level, their spirit recognizes something in you that they long for. You see, chosen ones carry a sense of destiny, a divine calling, even if you haven't fully discovered your purpose yet. Others can sense it. People who've lost touch with their own purpose or have ignored the divine path meant for them may feel threatened when they sense that calling in you. They catch a glimpse of what they've suppressed in themselves and, instead of feeling inspired, they grow resentful That's often why you'll encounter individuals who randomly react negatively toward you or even try to undermine you. Understand, though, that this isn't truly about you. Their hostility stems from their own spiritual challenges. The jealousy, the negativity, and any attempts to bring you down all reflect the battle they're fighting within themselves. They see in you what they wish they could become. Rather than looking inward and doing the work to evolve, they direct their frustration at you. But here's what you need to remember. Chosen one, nobody can dim your light because of their envy. You were chosen for a reason, and no amount of negativity or hostility can strip that away from you. As you continue to step into your calling, be prepared for people to respond in both positive and negative ways. It's simply part of your journey, part of the spiritual warfare you were destined to face. Your energy is a spiritual activator. There's a deeper reason why people respond so powerfully to you, and it's something that can empower you as you move forward. As a chosen one, your energy acts as a spiritual activator. In other words, simply by being present, you can spark a spiritual awakening in others, whether they're ready for it or not. This activation can be subtle, like planting a seed in someone's mind, or it can be immediate, creating profound life-changing effects for those around you. Some people feel inexplicably drawn to you, seeking your presence or guidance because your energy awakens something they can't quite name. Even if they don't consciously understand it, your light serves as a catalyst for their own spiritual journey. That same energy can also cause a strong pushback in those who aren't ready to face inner truths. When your energy stirs up something they'd rather ignore, they might react defensively or become critical. This is a form of spiritual self-protection. They're resisting the very changes your presence might spark within them. Both responses are part of your role as a chosen one. Your spiritual energy is powerful, and it naturally alters the atmosphere wherever you go. Whether people react with admiration or discomfort, trust that your presence is fulfilling its intended purpose. The responsibility of carrying divine energy. Understanding this also brings a heightened sense of responsibility. As a chosen one, you need to stay conscious of the energy you carry and how it affects others. Your presence is never neutral. You're a living channel of divine energy, and that energy influences everyone you meet. This is why it's vital to maintain your spiritual practices and remain grounded in your mission. When you're aligned with the divine, your energy works in harmony with your calling. However, if you neglect your spiritual well-being, your energy can become unbalanced, sometimes even disruptive to others. You may have noticed that when you feel disconnected or out of sync, people around you seem more agitated, and you end up feeling drained after interacting with them. This happens because your energy isn't aligned, causing it to influence the spiritual environment in a way that doesn't serve the greater good. Carrying divine energy is an immense honor, but it also demands responsibility. You must be vigilant about how you interact with others, manage your own energy, and protect yourself from spiritual attacks. Spiritual practices like prayer, meditation, and grounding rituals are absolutely vital for chosen ones because they maintain the purity and strength of your energy while aligning you with your divine purpose. But how can you safeguard your spirit when you're constantly under watch, judgment, or even attack, whether spiritually or emotionally? First, never forget that your deepest protection lies in your bond with the divine. By staying anchored in prayer and meditation, you reinforce your spiritual armor and remain connected to your ultimate source of power. When you're firmly in tune with the divine, outside negativity cannot breach your spirit. Second, be deliberate about the company you keep and the places you frequent. Not everyone is entitled to access your energy, As a chosen one, you have to cultivate boundaries. Some people will unknowingly or intentionally drain you simply because they crave your light. But not all who seek your light belong in your closest circle. Safeguard your energy by spending time with those who genuinely uplift and support you. Lastly, trust your intuition. It is one of your greatest gifts as a chosen one. Let it guide you when a situation or a person isn't aligned with your essence. Listen to that inner voice, even if it delivers hard truths. Your intuition will always steer you in the right direction. Angels and spirit guides, your divine protectors first. Recognize that angels and spirit guides constantly watch over chosen ones. Even if you're unaware of their presence, they're tirelessly at work behind the scenes, arranging circumstances, guarding you from hidden threats, and gently guiding you down your true path. Scripture reassures us in Psalm 91:11, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." This is far more than poetic expression. It's a genuine promise. As a chosen one, angels have been tasked with protecting, guiding, and keeping you aligned with your destiny. They are luminous beings sent from the divine to watch over you, appearing in dreams, signs, or even as a subtle inner voice urging you away from harm or toward the right decision. Their role includes shielding you from spiritual assaults, repelling negative energies, and ensuring your purpose remains intact. You also have spirit guides, often ancestors or enlightened beings who have already walked this earth, playing a critical role in your life. These guides share a profound connection with your soul and your mission. They've faced challenges similar to yours, and the wisdom they offer helps you navigate the complexities and responsibilities of being chosen. How spiritual guardians communicate with you. One of the most impactful things about having spiritual guardians is how they reach out to you. You may not hear an actual voice or see a tangible figure, but make no mistake, your guardians are always sending signs your way. The key, chosen one, is learning to recognize the subtle ways they communicate. It's rarely a booming proclamation from above. More often, it's gentle nudges, synchronized events, or moments of intuition that prompt you to pay closer attention. Have you ever suddenly felt the need to take a different path, steer clear of a particular situation, or make a split-second decision that ultimately kept you safe? That wasn't mere coincidence. Your guardians were guiding you, quietly stepping in for your protection. They don't have to shout to get their point across. Instead, they guide you softly, urging your spirit toward the path meant for you. Your spiritual guardians use several distinct methods to communicate with you. 1. Dreams. At times, they will appear in your dreams to offer wisdom, guidance, or even warnings about what lies ahead. If you wake up feeling that a particular dream was especially vivid or meaningful, take note, write it down, ponder its themes, and explore any insights it may reveal. 2. Signs and symbols. Your guardians often send messages through repeated numbers, specific animals crossing your path, or symbols you see over and over again. These are not random occurrences. They're gentle nudges reminding you that you're either on track or that you need to make some adjustments. 3. Intuition. Your intuition is one of the main channels your guardians use to speak directly to you. That sudden feeling in your gut, whether it's a sense of unease or an instant moment of clarity, is your guardians whispering encouragement or caution. Trust it. The more you honor those instincts, the stronger your bond with your spiritual guides grows. 4. Synchronicities. These seemingly perfect coincidences, like thinking about someone right before they call, or getting the solution to a problem at the exact moment you need it, are carefully orchestrated by your guardians. Their purpose is to align the events in your life so you stay on your highest path. The role of guardians in spiritual warfare. Earlier, we explored the spiritual battle unfolding around you, Chosen One. Your spiritual guardians serve as a crucial shield against the darker forces determined to knock you off your path. Consider them your frontline defense in this invisible war. Make no mistake, you are continually protected, yet vigilance remains essential. While your guardians stand guard, you also have a responsibility to participate in your own protection. Spiritual warfare's real, and as a chosen one, you're a prime target. Dark energies will attempt to penetrate your mind, emotions, and even your physical environment to disrupt your progress. Your guardians understand these threats and work relentlessly to block them, yet they require your active cooperation. This is where your spiritual disciplines become indispensable. Consistent prayer, meditation, and grounding practices ensure you stay in close contact with your guardians, fortifying your defenses. If you neglect your spiritual well-being, you leave gaps for negativity to creep in. Think of your spiritual guardians as the generals of your army, crafting strategies, offering protection, and guiding you. Meanwhile, you are the warrior on the ground, expected to be prepared and willing to fight. You do this by staying aligned with your higher purpose, staying rooted in your faith, and following the wisdom offered by your spiritual team. Guardian angels versus dark watchers. Take a moment to recognize the difference between your guardian angels, benevolent spiritual protectors assigned by the divine, and the darker forces that watch from the shadows. These dark watchers are not sent by heavenly realms, but by lower malevolent energies seeking to disrupt your divine path. They're especially drawn to those with strong spiritual purposes, using fear, anxiety, and doubt to drain your energy. Yet remember, they only hold as much power as you allow them. Your spiritual guardians are infinitely stronger and will shield you when you stay aligned with your higher calling. Dark watchers may lurk, but they can't invade unless you lower your defenses or stray from your divine connection. By nurturing your faith and engaging in consistent spiritual practice, you keep these dark observers at bay and maintain the protection that's rightfully yours. How to strengthen your relationship with your spiritual guardians. 1. Acknowledge them. Recognizing your guardians is the first step. Even if you don't see them, believe in their presence. Speak to them in prayer. Invite their support, and thank them for keeping you safe. Gratitude is a powerful channel for deepening your bond. 2. Spend time in silence. Your guardians often reach out in moments of stillness. Try meditating or simply sitting quietly. You might not receive direct words, but you'll sense their presence and experience intuitive nudges that guide your path. 3. Ask for signs. Don't hesitate to request signs from your spiritual guardians. They want to communicate, often through subtle cues in your daily life. Invite confirmation on a choice, then stay open to any symbolic or synchronous messages that appear. 4. Trust the process. Building a relationship with your spiritual guardians takes patience, faith, and openness. Answers might not come instantly, but trust they're working on your behalf. The more you believe in their guidance, the more clearly they'll reveal themselves to you. The weight of being chosen. Let's begin by recognizing how truly heavy it can feel to be chosen. Constant scrutiny, relentless tests, and the fires of refinement are anything but simple. You've endured challenges that would break most people, yet here you stand. That's no accident. The divine has handpicked you for a greater purpose, and that purpose, chosen one, isn't just about you. It's about what you're here to accomplish for the world. You hold a mission that transcends personal gain, a calling tied to uplifting humanity, healing this earth, and awakening the countless souls still trapped in darkness. That's exactly why you're observed so closely. Everything you do, each decision you make, shapes your growth. Every step you take toward your calling brings you closer to fulfilling your divine destiny, and its impact will ripple through the lives of others. Let that sink in. You've been chosen because you're part of something far bigger. You are a light in the darkness. In a world mired in confusion and fear, the chosen stand as beacons, guiding those around them to see beyond their limitations. Even if you're unaware, your life serves as an example. Your resilience, your unwavering resolve, and your steadfast faith in the face of adversity spark hope in those watching. But remember that shining brightly carries a responsibility. Darkness is always looking for ways to extinguish the light. That's why you're monitored, not just by forces of light, but also by the forces of darkness. They track your progress, watch your growth, and wait for moments of weakness, hoping to find a way to dim your glow. Yet here's the unshakable truth. Darkness can never defeat light. As long as you stay true to your divine purpose, your radiance will only grow stronger. The more you embrace your calling, the more you'll inspire others to discover their own inner light. That's your role. You weren't put here just to exist. You were placed here to illuminate. Awakening others, your role as a spiritual leader. Another essential part of your calling is that you're meant to help awaken those around you. While chosen ones often serve as spiritual leaders, this doesn't necessarily mean standing behind a pulpit or leading a formal congregation. Instead, it means that your life, your energy, and your wisdom naturally draw others toward the light. You might have noticed people coming to you for advice or comfort, even if you don't have all the answers. Something about your presence puts them at ease and helps them see more clearly. This isn't a random coincidence. It's part of your larger purpose. Keep in mind, awakening others doesn't mean fixing their problems for them. It means guiding by example, showing them how to embrace their own spiritual journey, trust their intuition, and connect with their divine calling. In Matthew 5:14-16, Jesus says, "You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." This is your calling, to let your light shine freely, to be the city on a hill that others can look to when they're lost in darkness. Yet before you can truly guide anyone else, you must first be aligned with your own inner light. Nurture your spiritual connection, deepen your faith, and continue growing into the purpose for which you were chosen. Why you are always watched. The refinement process. Let's go back to the core question. Why do you feel like you're constantly being watched? The answer is deeper than you might think. You're being refined. Just like gold is purified by fire, chosen ones must go through life's trials to become who they're truly meant to be. Vessels of light, wisdom, and divine purpose. Every hardship, every obstacle, every test you face isn't meant to break you. It's shaping you. It's not punishment. It's preparation. The divine is preparing you for something greater than you can fully grasp right now. You're being molded into a guide, a healer, a spiritual leader that this world desperately needs. That's why you feel watched. You are being watched by your spiritual guardians, by the divine, and yes, even by darker energies. All eyes are on you because you are pivotal to the bigger plan. Your growth isn't just personal, it's essential. Every step you take toward your mission is being noticed because it carries real impact. Just like a master artist watches every brushstroke, every detail, the universe is watching over you with purpose. You're not forgotten, you're being formed. embracing your calling, moving forward with confidence. Now that you see the reason behind the constant spiritual attention, the real question is, what will you do with it? The time has come, chosen one, to embrace your calling without hesitation. No more second-guessing. No more shrinking yourself. Every pain, every setback, every breakthrough has been preparing you for this exact moment. Here are a few key steps to help you move forward in your calling with confidence. 1. Own your calling. Stop second-guessing yourself. You are a chosen one. It's not by accident or coincidence. Don't downplay it, hide it, or wait for someone else to confirm it. You were chosen for a reason. Now's the time to step fully into that truth and carry it with conviction. 2. Stay spiritually rooted. Your connection to the divine is your anchor. Protect and nurture it with daily practices like prayer, meditation, and quiet reflection. The deeper your spiritual roots, the clearer your path becomes. That's when divine guidance becomes more than a whisper. It becomes a presence you can't ignore. 3. Live with intention. Each day is an opportunity to live your mission. Whether it's showing compassion in everyday interactions or stepping into larger spiritual work, move through life with purpose. Even when the path looks uncertain, trust that every step is divinely guided. Nothing is random. 4. Be a light to others. Your light isn't just for you. It's meant to awaken, inspire, and uplift the people around you. Whether you realize it or not, your words, your energy, and your choices are planting seeds of transformation in others. You're leading more people than you think, just by being you. 5. Trust the journey, that feeling of being watched. It's not paranoia, it's protection. It's divine eyes on you, shaping you, guiding you, refining you. Every struggle, every delay, every lesson is part of your preparation. You're not being punished. You're being readied for something bigger. You're ready now, chosen one. As this message comes to a close, take a moment to sit with everything we've explored. The quiet signs, the divine nudges, the sacred weight of your calling. None of this is random. You were chosen for now, for this time, for this world, for this purpose. That feeling of being watched is the universe reminding you that you're seen, valued, and deeply important to the divine plan. Your life matters. Your path matters. Your transformation matters. So step forward, claim your role, let your light shine unapologetically. You're not late. You're not behind. You're right on time. And while this may be the end of this video, for you, it's just the beginning. The path ahead is lit with divine purpose. Walk it boldly. You are never alone. You are always guided. You are deeply loved. Thanks for staying with us until the end. If this message spoke to you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Drop a comment below. Share your journey, your signs, your thoughts. Let's keep growing this powerful community of awakened souls. Stay blessed, keep shining, and until next time, walk in your power.